Welcome to Small Business Talks. My name is Shiraz Sadiq, and this is the Entrepreneurial Resilience Series brought to you by Gabriel Accounting Tax Law Advisory and Canadian SME Business Magazine. Established in 2008, Gabriel Accounting Tax Law Advisory is one of the fastest growing professional services firm in all of North America. Their team of financial and business advisors supports small business owners on their path to financial mastery through strategic accounting, tax, bookkeeping, legal, and proactive business coaching services. Their team challenges entrepreneurs to step into the confidence and courage they need to overcome obstacles to build wealth, their business, and increase their impact to change the world. In today's episode, we'll chat with Gabriel Orentes. I just love saying that name, but more importantly, we want to introduce you to someone who leveraged the down season of COVID to reinvent and reset his business to meet the changing demands of more people living in and enjoying their homes. Now here's Gabriel. Let's go. And welcome everyone to today's episode of Small Business Talks. My name is Shiraz Sadiq, your host for the Canadian Entrepreneurship Resilience Series. Today, we have the privilege to hang out with Gabriel. Now, I'll let him tell all of you a little bit more about himself, but we're here because a lot more people have been working from home. And obviously, what that means is a lot more beautification and home renovation. And that's where you've been able to step in where times were bleak, economy's looking weak. You stepped in and have continued to flourish in a difficult time. Thank you for being here with us today. Can you tell us a little bit about what you do?
Yes, thank you, Shiraz, for having me here. Well, so my name is Gabriel, and I am an immigrant from El Salvador. I pretty much came here when I was 10 years old, and I've been here in this beautiful country. So we manufacture in kitchens. We have a shop in Oakville, but what we really do well is renovations. We specialize in that.
Okay, so obviously a lot more people are working from home.
Yes.
And there's a greater demand for people to spend their dollars that they were going to spend on their vacations gone into sprucing up their homes.
Yes, that's right. So what's happening is that people, like you said, they will go outside the country and spend money on vacation homes and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So now what they're doing is they're revamping their homes, especially their offices. Some people have turned them into gyms, and other people have just upgraded them to feel more comfortable.
Okay, so now this is where you step in. You said you have a kitchen manufacturing shop. Now, obviously, you're not talking about appliances.
Yes.
What does that mean?
So we take the design. So we sit down with the customer. We try to create a space that it's going to be visually like their dream space and functional space for them. And so we design it and then we manufacture it. In-house.
Okay, so you go take the specs, go back to the lab, to the shop,
yes,
measure it out, build it, and then go install.
Yes.
Now, obviously, I'm oversimplifying it. I know there's a lot more to it than that. Now, I know that you brought us back to when you were 10 years old coming from El Salvador.
Yes.
All right. I don't want to go that far back just yet.
Yes.
Let's go back 2020.
2020.
Things are beginning to crumble all around us. There's a lot of uncertainty. Nobody knows what to do because nobody knows what to expect.
That's right.
This series, of course, is about the Canadian entrepreneurial spirit, how companies have demonstrated resilience to last past these tough times. What were you guys thinking in this time, and what impact was there for you early on?
Yeah. Okay. So to be honest, as soon as COVID hit, mm-hmm. Obviously, like sales went straight down, right? And it was very tough because you need to be in contact with people, right?
Yeah,
so everybody was. But luckily, I work for contractors that we do government housing, so that is what really kept me afloat because that you can put a stop to that.
Okay, so before you go any further, that was just it. In every negative, there is a positive opportunity.
That's right.
So when you step back, you're able to see what your partners were up to.
Yes.
And build together and work on arrangements helping out government housing.
Yes. So what's happening is there's just a huge demand for it, and they cannot turn around the apartment buildings or dwellings fast enough.
Okay.
So that's when we would come in. They would reach out to us. Okay, design the kitchen, manufacture it, deliver it, and somebody else will take care of installing and stuff. But that was what really helped me out.
That is fantastic. And ladies and gentlemen, once again, we're in conversation with Gabriel, a business that could have taken a hard hit, and not last what everyone experienced in 2020, but they figured out a way. Now, along the same vein of getting in there, working on government contracts, that's intimidating to a lot of people. Hey, how do you get a government contract? Did you know somebody? Did you have a hookup? It's not that hard, is it?
Well, you know what? It was an amazing opportunity for me because I had a client that worked well with him,
Okay.
and I gave him an amazing service. So he reached out to me for this program.
Okay, so you were able to walk this path simply because you did great work for somebody and they remembered you?
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
You provide great service and quality work, you will always have work.
I guess that's the old adage. The reward for good work is more work, right? And I guess that's something that we're always hungry for. The next deal, the next client. Now, you've transcended that need to move from client to client. Now you're managing business. You're managing multiple installs. How did you make that mental shift from you doing the work directly to now managing people, managing jobs, and managing a business instead of doing the business?
Yes.
How was that shift?
So you know what? The key is you have to have the right teamwork. Without the right teamwork,
Okay.
you can't do it all.
Okay.
That's it. And just having the key guy, and he helps you all out. He becomes like your right hand.
Okay.
So, and that's what really helped me out.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're in conversation with Gabriel, discussing his home renovation business, but there's so much more to them. Here's the problem. When we come back from break, we're going to tackle this. Your industry, general contractors, is littered with so many horrible, gut-wrenching stories about people taking money, taking off. And when we come back, I'm going to put you on the hot seat. Is that all right?
Yes,
I want to know what you're doing to change the perception of what and how general contractors treat people. We'll be right back.
Successful entrepreneurs and business owners who achieve greatness get there because they have the confidence to do extraordinary things. They have the confidence to make informed decisions based on their knowledge of 3 areas: where they are now, where they want to go, and the steps they need to get there as quickly and successfully as possible. Successful entrepreneurs and business owners get that confidence by being backed by North America's greatest business and financial advisors. At Gabriel Accounting Tax Law Advisory, we support entrepreneurs and small businesses by giving them the confidence they need to achieve greatness. To be the best, you need to be backed by the best. Don't wait. Get started on your journey to greatness today.
And welcome back, everyone. My name is Shiraz Sadiq, your host for Small Business Talks. Today, we're in conversation with Gabriel of Alome Contracting. Now, contracting, general contractors. Here's a truism that I've come to know, not only from my own personal experience, but from the experience of so many other people. If a contractor tells you it's going to be 2 months, it's going to be longer. If they say it's going to be X, it's going to be X plus Y in dollars. There's this huge negative black eye in this space. So a couple of things. Why should anyone trust you? Now, don't be offended by my question, but it's always this like fear. Yeah, but are they going to be the right person to work with?
That's right. Yeah. So, you know what? Right from the beginning, we try to show transparency, and we try to listen to our customers what they want, right?
Okay.
So, and then we try to deliver that. And also, however, like a lot of the contractors, see, you have guys that just pretty much work from the trust. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that.
Okay.
But we have a physical place, an actual shop where, you know, at least it holds us more accountable. So if there's a problem, they can always come to us.
Okay.
I also have dealt with clients that the contractors just left them in a bad place. Like right now, I'm dealing with a client that the contractor promised the kitchen in February. And this February.
Okay. Months ago.
And she reached out to me because she got my number, knowing that I was going to do the kitchen for this contract.
Okay.
And so now she's asking me if I can finish it. But I'm I'm telling her that you still have to contact him because he has your money. And so this is why it's a challenge.
And you run into this scenario a lot. We're having to clean up the sins of previous contractors. You have to come in there and be their angel, so to speak, and really help them out. Now, I'm not ignorant to the challenges that you also face. There's been, when we talk about supply chain shortages, there's literally, ladies and gentlemen, if you weren't aware, there is a concrete shortage. A lumber shortage at different times. There's been so many things that are out of your control.
Yes.
How do you communicate that to a client when you've agreed on certain timelines?
Yes.
Hey, we'll be able to do X, Y, Z by such and such a date.
Yes.
But it literally is out of your control.
Yes.
Now, how do you go back to your client and say, you might have to live with that a little bit longer?
Yes, and like I said, right from the beginning, we try to tell them as much as we can. Listen, we're going to expect certain delays on certain materials, or sometimes people just get sick. And that is trying to relay that to the customer for them to understand that could potentially happen.
So here's the problem with that. You and I both know that if two contractors go in to bid on the same job,
yes,
and both of them say, yeah, it'll take 4 weeks. One person really knows that it's going to take 10 weeks, but they both say 4 weeks. Or if you go in there and say, you're the third person, and you say it's going to be 10 weeks, you're probably not going to get that job then. How do you wrestle with that then? Because you're losing out on an opportunity, but you're saving your reputation.
Yes, but we try to set realistic goals, right? Like instead of saying 4 weeks, we say 6 weeks because of the delays now, right? The good thing is that I have control of the kitchens that I need to put in order first because I'm in control of that because I have my own shop, and also we finish the paint in-house. Some contractors, what they do is they get cabinets from one place and then they send the parts to get painted somewhere else. So that's why sometimes they delay us even more.
And that's where your advantage
And that's where my advantage is,
right.
is that I do everything in-house.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. And once again, we're in conversation with Gabriel of Alome Contracting. And that's one of their secret sauces is being able to be end-to-end and sole source. When you work with them, you can have your needs, your kitchen needs satisfied and wants satisfied because they're the ones that are building it from scratch. And you have an installation crew as well.
Yes, I have 3 guys they install for me, and so it's about managing and timing.
Okay, so now so far everything has sounded great. Like you're the best and you're honest and look at you, you're the best, Gabriel. Okay, now the truth. Can you tell us about some times where you've really messed up, or the job has just gone sour?
Oh, yes. I got actually 2 stories.
2, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And
I think we got time for both.
Yes, and this is for the viewers. First one is do not hire a bookkeeper. Again, nothing wrong with bookkeepers to do your taxes though. Okay? It's very important that you hire a professional accountant to do your taxes. Because it bit me in the butt. I had to pay a lot of money that I did not have to.
Yeah, and I think, ladies and gentlemen, if you are running your own business, you know exactly what he's saying. So that's probably a great takeaway for all small and medium-sized business. Make sure your books are in order and your taxes are being delivered and managed with the right accreditations from the right people. Okay, fantastic. Yeah, I think a lot of people have gone through that.
Yes.
So you're not alone. You're just like every other small business out there.
Especially, starting from, when you're just a solo proprietor.
Right, and that had to have hurt when you got to pay for your own mistakes, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
so that was one. What was the other one?
So we came into this property, right? And it was a beautiful property. It was about 77 feet wide, 200 feet deep. And
that's a large lot.
It is. It was beautiful. And so we had the option to design a bungalow, right?
Okay.
But we're like, man, it's it's such a small bungalow. Like, why not add another storage on top? All right. So we did that, and later on we found out that it was not hooked up to the sewer system, but we had to put a septic system. And we didn't know that the bigger the house and the more washrooms, the bigger your bed for the septic tank needs to be. And so that was a very costly mistake.
So you wouldn't have added the second.
If knowing that what we know now, I probably would have not, because it was a challenge, and I was in there from scratch doing it myself with the right people that helped us out, but I was there doing the labor. It was intense. It was hard.
You know, the beautiful thing about that, you're probably going to think twice the next time you're adding a second
yes.
level to any home. And ladies and gentlemen, once again, we're in conversation with Gabriel of Alome Contracting. Now, Gabriel, can you tell us who your ideal client is?
Our ideal client is somebody who has the vision, what they want. They know they can visualize the space and what they need, but they just don't technically know how to execute.
So you can actually make their dream come to life.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's what we do. That's what we know. Just if they suggest something, we can say, yes, that's going to work perfectly, or no, it's not because of this, and that.
Now, do you ever also go in there and help people with the creative side?
Of course, yes. That's something that we have to go in always with the creative side, because I'll give you an example. We had a client that had 9-foot ceilings, but their kitchen was spread by a window. So there was a partition. So pretty much, it wasn't flowing properly because there was a window. So you had cabinets, window, cabinets, and then another window and then cabinet. So it felt kind of empty. It felt like it was missing something.
Okay.
So we suggested, hey, why don't we delete this window, put cabinets all against the back wall, and then enlarge this window here so you have more light. And
you literally deleted a window from their design.
Yes.
That's a boss move right there.
Well, yeah, but they're happy with it because now the whole wall is uninterrupted and it's all cabinets. So the space looks larger, and we took the cabinets right to the ceiling. So that gives it that grand look,
Okay, yeah, so, I'm hearing you now. For small businesses, you've obviously been doing this for a number of years. Yes. What's a key learning that you could pass on to other small business owners, regardless of what they do?
Okay, yes. You know what? To take risks and just don't be afraid. Just take risks, and because you'll learn so much from your mistakes, but at the same time, that risk can take you to the next level. That's what I have done.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've been in conversation with Gabriel of Alome Contracting. Of course, there has been a bad reputation, but when you find a good one, you have found a good thing. And just leaning into what he just said about taking risks, what's your next step? What's the one hang up holding you up from moving forward to chase down and pursue your dream? Whatever it is, reach out to us at the magazine, your business community where you are, and let's figure out how to help you get to the next step, to get to places and spaces like Gabriel has been able to graduate Alome into, and still doing it with a good reputation in tow. Thank you so much for joining us today. Really appreciate it. Hey, thanks for joining us today, and feel free to share this podcast with others. And also, don't forget to subscribe to Canadian SME Small Business Magazine to stay up to date on all our upcoming events and get top business insights from industry leaders. This is Shiraz Sadiq, your host for the Entrepreneurial Resilience series, brought to you by Gabriel Accounting Tax Law Advisory. Thank you to the team at Canadian SME Business Magazine for making this series possible, and thank you for spending time investing in your business to move forward with Small Business Talks. The Entrepreneurial Resilience series has been brought to you by Gabriel Accounting Tax Law Advisory, helping you reach new levels of financial success. Visit gavrocpa.ca to reach those levels you feel your business is capable of. This is Shiraz Sadiq, paving a way for your prosperity.